What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of Poetry. I am Poetry. You are here for our late recap and review of Queen Sugar Season 5, Episode 4, early May. Y'all, why was I crying? Why was I crying? I was angry. Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe they did that to us. Let's find out what happened, child. So I can already see they are setting Little Blue up to be like this Wiz kid, right? Every time he on screen, he's impressing us. He's impressing his parents with his knowledge about random topics, stuff that like only a genius might want to know, you know, not that other people don't know it, but like he seeks to go find this information. And Rod's like, you know what, that's how you do your schoolwork, young man. No, that's not schoolwork. That young man is teaching himself, right? You heard him say on the show that he was curious about, what was it, the breathing? Jeez Louise, he was curious about it. Whatever he was curious about, he was so curious he went to go research it himself. It had nothing to do with schoolwork. So I'm like, go ahead on, little brainiac. Go ahead on, little brainiac. Well, Darla, she seems to have picked up a knack for revising old things. Remember last episode, we saw her in the show, was sitting at a sewing machine, and Rod was like, what's that for? And she was like, you know, don't worry about it, I got this. And it looks like, you know, when he was out there on the in the yard on the clothing line, it looked like she was repairing, you know, outfits that they have worn. She's refurbishing stuff. She's cleaning the furniture, trying to make everything look new and shiny. You know, when you ain't got money coming in, you do the best with what you got. You make what you have look better. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she's reupholstering things like that. She's giving it a good wash, a new look. She's keeping busy. Basically, she's creating busy work so she don't drive herself stir crazy, right? Well, Nova and Calvin, they seem to be really getting along, right? I told you it was totally opposite of what I expected for them as a couple during this quarantine. But Nova has to remind him, this is here. When we get back out in the real world, when the real world opens up, we got to be ready for us in this interracial relationship. We got to be ready for the looks, the stares. We got to be ready for all that, right? So Calvin had laid out this nice little breakfast spread and everything, made me hungry, you know what I'm saying? And Nova's like, what's going on? You want something? What you want? We know you want something, right? Well, his oldest daughter is getting out of college. You know, they sending all the college students home. And she wants to come quarantine with them. She don't want to go home to her mama. She want to come to them. And Nova is annoyed as hell. Now, she's like, I know she ain't finna spend on me in my own home. I know that's not what's finna happen. Her mama already think I'm a homewrecker. What this child think of me? But Calvin assures her that she's nothing like her mama. Truth be told, they barely get along, okay? So the way he kind of defines who she is, she's becoming her own woman. She hasn't listened to her mother in years, since she's about 15. And am I the only person still in TV land that's sitting here saying, Nova, you were still messing with this child's father while he was married to her mother? Like, fuck it, they keep trying to, I hear y'all with this new age way of thinking, but they keep trying to make it seem like Calvin is the fucking saint, that Calvin is the angel, that Nova is the fucking victim when it comes to his wife. No, she's not. No, he's not. She's bitter, and she has every right to be. This man, according to her and him, have played around on her through her whole entire marriage. And they have turned the whole situation to race. They have made it seem like the only reason why Haley is mad at Nova is because she black. Bullshit. I call bullshit on their whole way of thinking. But that's the way they spin it to us as the viewers. And that's the way a lot of you are taking it too, because she made the comment about you not the only one. You know, he likes a little exotic berry. It's the truth. That's basically been the truth, okay? It has nothing, I don't think that has nothing to do with race more than hurt motherfucking feelings. Okay, because if she had been a slim tender white chick, she probably been a blonde or brunette or redhead. She probably would have called out a quality about her too. She may not have called out the skin tone, but it's a fact that a lot of white men, they fetishize over melanated women. And And at that point, I believe she was making a point to say that that's what Calvin's niche is. You know, he fantasizes over you. You are a fetish to him. Although they have shown that Calvin loves her more than just a fetish, but that's the point that Haley was trying to make, because in her eyes, that's exactly what he's doing. Because he's married to her, but he keep running back to, dark berries. But they say once you go black, you never go back. He went back and then realized he didn't where he wanted to be. I'm just saying. But still, Calvin ain't no saint. And I still don't give a fuck about their relationship. I really don't. I give a fuck about Nova's happiness. I do. Their relationship, no. It's a difference. Okay, but anywho, Nova may not have broken up that marriage. That marriage had already had to be broken before Nova came into play for Calvin to even step out of pocket and come into play. The marriage was already broken, but she is definitely a factor of why Haley feels the way that she does. If you were in any type of relationship and your dude started fucking around with 10, 15, 20 other girls, whatever, it could have just been one, and then he decides that he's going to actually cohabitate with this other one, make a relationship out of one, trust me, you will feel some motherfucking type of way. To sit here and tell me that you don't, I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. Anyway, Nova, she expressed to him like she's not comfortable with this at all. However, she does not want to keep Calvin away from his children. And we move on to Hollywood. Baby, they raising my pressure with Hollywood and Willa Mae. I'm telling you, his mama. He made it over to Shreveport, and she in the hospital now. In a way, I am kind of happy they did not show us the actual progression of her illness. I don't know if people could take that right now. It probably would have triggered a lot of souls. However, just knowing the stages that she's going in, we are making up scenarios in our minds. In our minds, we are sitting there saying she was just coughing on the phone the other day, and now she's in the hospital on the respirator, having a machine breathe for her. So in our mind, we have already made that progression of what happened to Willa Mae. She was by herself. Nobody was able to come around her. The ambulance showed up in the nick of time. We all got that in our heads, right? Because it's been 4 days now, and they won't let him see his mama. We know how that was with C-19, that people weren't able to get into the hospitals, people weren't able to have funerals, things like that. And he is freaking out, So he's on the phone with Aunt Vi, and she's telling him, look, I'm finna drive with her right now. Because he made mention that, he don't even know what hospital room she was in. He looking up from the parking lot at the windows. He just pick a room, in case that's hers. And he's sending prayers up, and healing to that room. And then at the end of this episode, I think Hollywood was sitting there feeling like I picked the wrong room. I picked the wrong room, y'all. Anyway, they gave Willa Mae the Rona. And I was like, this is too close to home. We don't get a lot of Willa Mae on the screen, but the time that she has been there was very impactful as far as her interaction with her son and her interaction with Aunt Vi. And she's family. You know what I'm saying? Willa Mae is family to us. And I feel like my direct family is being affected by this. I can't take another family member dealing with the C-19. Like, Wood Mama is family, y'all. Family. Jeez Louise. Like, she's family. Well, it's time for Courtney to arrive. Calvin say she should be arriving in Louisiana in a couple hours, right? And he like, I know she gonna love you, Nova. I know she gonna love you. Baby Nova say, that's sweet, but no offense, I don't think she love you right now. That hurt. They hit him in the gut. I know it did. It really hurt him. And then the doorbell rang. I was like, that conversation didn't take 2 hours. She already here, right? My thought is, though, that the fact that she asked you to come quarantine with you, she don't hate you. She don't hate you. So that summation, I didn't feel that in this instance. And I know Nova is kind of paranoid that the girl is spying on her. You gotta be downright dirty, dog dirty, to want to actually quarantine with somebody that you hate just to collect information. Like, I know people can be that way, but that just ain't what I gathered from his children. Even his youngest children, the son didn't give her a hug, but he wasn't like rude. You know, he was like, yeah, how you doing? I'm gonna go this way. The youngest daughter hugged her up like, oh, thank you, Miss Nova. Man, I love the little Southern belles. They always add the word Miss in front of your name. Hey, Mister. But when people call me that, Rachika, Rachika ain't been around in a minute. If y'all see Rachika on the channel, she always call me Miss P. And I be feeling like, oh, but that make me feel so elder. It's cute though, but I love to hear it on TV and stuff like, hey, Miss Laura. Hey, Miss Jean. Hey, Miss Sarah. You know. Hey, Miss Keisha. Right, Miss Renee. I love it. I love the way it sounds. I do. It's a Southern charm. It is a Southern hospitality charm to throw Miss in front of somebody's name, and then you might get those snobbish ass women who want to make sure you understand they are Mrs. I'm not Miss Renee. I'm Mrs. Jones. You did get those. You get those. But anyway, she seemed happy to see Daryl dad. She really did, right? She actually seemed happy to see Nova. You know, she had been following her work, she said, for some time now, and it was an honor to be around her. She hugged Nova up and scared the heap of bejeebers out of Nova. Like, I mean, yeah, the girl is like really happy to be there, right? She basically a Nova Jr. She basically a Nova Jr. with her feminist way of thinking, and she checked the hell out of her daddy. Checked him good when he called her aggressive playing cards. I'm like, who not aggressive playing cards? And this was her point too. Baby, don't slap the god doggone table on that ass. I will stick a big joke up on my forehead, make you look at it, let you weep while I'm running that Boston on that ass. I'm telling you, I talks mad shit playing cards. I talks mad shit playing bombs. I take mad shit throwing bombs. I talks mad shit playing Monopoly, the game of life, shoots and ladders. How dare you tell me I'm aggressive? Everybody is Uno. Bow, Uno out on that bitch. What you talking about? You got the nerve to say, I wish you wouldn't be so aggressive. Well, she tell her, like, if you was playing with the boys, you wouldn't be saying that. Matter of fact, you'd probably be doing the exact same thing. So, Nova was like, oh, well, damn. Look, a little Miss here, little Miss Courtney in the building. Girl, go ahead on. High-fived it up and stuff like that, right? Well, anyway. She finally got Prosper to get out of that house finally. She conned him with some good old down home cooking. You know, who could pass that up? It's Aunt Vi's cooking. Like, and he not just coming over for the time being. He coming over for as long as he need. This your room in there, baby. All right, go on, make you yourself at home, sit in there for a spell. But I told you, it just kills me though. Every time I see Aunt Vi interacting with an older generation person, such as Prosper, and she treating him like he's so much elder than her. You the same age. You the same age. You know what I'm saying? But I understand, you know, the respect that you just want to show somebody. But Prosper ain't that much older than you, Vi. Shit, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Anywho. He can't pass it up. But then Vi get that call from Hollywood saying they was taking Willa Mae off that ventilator. And that's what I was talking about when I said that Hollywood's probably sitting up, the guy picked the wrong window to pray to. Baby, tears. I didn't even realize I was crying until my face was wet. I was like, this is that bullshit right here. I don't understand why. Maybe it's too sensitive of a topic. Y'all remember Nova found her aunt, right? And she was supposed to be introducing this aunt to the family. And they haven't even brought this aunt back up at all. But the lady that was playing her aunt, which is Carol Sutton, she actually passed away in real life from the C-19. Maybe if they make that character do it on the show as well, that would be too insensitive to the family. However, I thought that's what they would have done, because that is the only way to see them writing the character off the show, unless they are planning to replace her with another actress down the road. But for them to choose Willa Mae, and They had already been beefing it up like it was a possibility it was going to be Prosper. Everybody was worried it was going to be Prosper. But it was Willa Mae. They was taking off that ventilator. And I was like, if a wood break down right now, I'm going to be shattered. I had the tears running. It was just, my face was just wet, y'all, just wet. But speaking of shattered, Micah's common sense is shattered. You know what I'm saying? He and Charlie been on this little bonding thing all day. He get this phone call. Charlie pick it up to give him the call, and she accidentally answered the phone, which is, and it's the Scissor Clone about a party. Michael, where you at? Come on through, Michael. And a party that Michael's supposed to be at in the middle of a damn panoramic. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't went to college and got stupid. I was watching Miss Honey channel. She said there was something about Micah that seems like he has gone backwards. It seems that he was more smart in his decision making when he was in high school and trying to be a revolutionary. Now that he done got college, he done lost a little bit of his marbles. I know that was a loose translation of what she actually said, but that's where we was going with that, right? And I was like, yeah, he seems to be intentionally defiant, in my opinion. He's trying so hard to prove to Charlie, I'm a man. He's acting like a child mentally. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what he's screaming to her. Stop hollering at me like I'm a little kid. I'm a grown man. And Charlie tell him, well, stop acting like a damn child. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I wasn't going to even go. I wasn't even going. I was going to stop by and say hi. That's going, sir. What you stopping by for? You FaceTiming Miss Scissor Clone all on the phone anyway. See her that way. Okay? Talk to her on the phone. You don't need to stop by. You don't. Okay. And then Scissor Clone, her name turns out to be Amber. And then Charlie's like, so you dating a white girl? The way Charlie says things to Micah in shock, as if things have never been before. When we first met Micah was getting his little Peter shown all over the doggone school from a little white girl that he was dating. I think one of the little white girls sucking him off or something like that before too. Micah dated white girls. Kiki is the first black girl that he ever dated. Okay, so why is it a shock now that he's dating white girls if he was? And just because her name Amber don't mean that she white, but okay, we're gonna go ahead and go with that. He never answered. He was just like, for real, ma, this is where we're going, for real, right? But like I said, there ain't no shock that he would date one. And that's all he kept saying is, I'm grown. I wish my 23-year-old would tell me that she was grown. First of all, get some motherfucking respect in your body and in your tone when you're talking to me. Second of all, don't be fucking arguing with me in this fashion. Okay? Lower your god dog on voice and fix your fucking tone. That's me. Speaking of that, y'all seen how Kirk Franklin and his son got into it and they was arguing and people's like, oh, they got this toxic son and father relationship. The relationship may very well be toxic. And Kirk Franklin did tell him he would stomp a mud hole in his ass in so many words. But that boy was on the phone telling him to shut the fuck up and telling him, I wish you would. I dare you. Oh, I would have clocked that bitch over the phone too. I would have clocked that bitch if y'all had seen him. Let me tell you that right now. And yes, I would be calling that little motherfucker just the same way that Kirk Franklin did. And that's exactly how I've been doing with Charlie, Michael right then at that point too. You done lost your motherfucking mind raising your damn voice at me up at my goddamn house. When you hit that door, because he walked out, he left. When you hit that door, don't bring it back in here. Since you so motherfucking grown. We'd have calmed down later on. You know what I'm saying? We'd calm down later on, you know what I'm saying? And he would have to give me a goddamn apology but for the way that he spoke to me. I understand what you're feeling and how you're feeling. There's a way to communicate that. Don't raise your voice and act indignant with me. And then I'm a cuss. I'm a cusser. I'm not going to just say, I'm not going to cuss because, I've never cursed you before. No, I will cuss you the fuck out. Okay. But, yeah. No, Micah too big in the boots for me. No, bring it down, young man. Bring it down. So I've been saying this since the beginning of y'all been on this show. You disrespect your mother, in my opinion, the way that you could talk to her. There's a way to go about things. There's a way to have communication. There's a way to show that you're passionate about what you feel, without coming the way that you do at your mama Charlie. Plain and simple. Anyhow, he storms out. And like I said, I know the conversation itself was more about being responsible. But yeah, if you walk out, go ahead. You won't be back in here with your grown ass. But he was back, and they pretended like the conversation didn't happen. There was no apologies, no conversation about the conversation. But we go back over to Aunt Vi and Prosper, and I was wondering why Aunt Vi was being so extra nice to Prosper. Prosper feeling good, like, Wood gonna be mad when he see all this attention you're giving me. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm still your age, Vi. I can pull you if I want to. He didn't say that. Well, come to find out, Willa Mae is gone on to glory. Girl was bawling. Your girl, thug tears coming all down my face. She passed this morning, y'all. Well, last week. I ain't been on her to tell y'all, but it's been last week she passed. And all he can do is ask why. Why us? That's what Prosper saying. Because Prosper, it seemed to hit Prosper like it was hitting me. It seemed to hit Prosper more than it did Aunt Vi in that moment. Because we didn't get to see Aunt Vi's direct moment because she was trying to be strong for Hollywood on the phone. But why? Why us as black people? Okay, why are we so not protected? By this great America that we're in. Why now? I still say population control by our government. I still do. Why this way? What better way to rid people is by introducing disease. Your hands are less dirty that way. It's less dirtier than pulling a trigger. It's less dirty than putting chokeholds on innocent citizens in the middle of the street. It's just less dirty because you don't see the actual bloodshed. You just see the lives that's lost, but you don't see the bloodshed. The bloodshed, if you ever notice movie ratings, if there's actually no blood being shown on screen when somebody gets killed, it's rated PG-13. People under 13 can tolerate that vision better than if you have a lot of blood and gore, and then you get the rated X, rated R type of TV shows. And that's basically what this is. This is the PG-13 version. All these deaths happening, but you don't get to see the actual bloodshed. And by you not being allowed into the hospitals, you're not being allowed to the funerals, you're not getting to see the stages of change that happens to the body when their lungs are constricted and it's full with hardened phlegm and mucus and they can't breathe and their eyes are both. You don't get to see all that. You know what I'm saying? So we got the PG-13 version of it. But you ain't heard it from me. So we wrap up this episode. Ra, I didn't talk about him much. Ra is at the nursing home, and he meets this elder gentleman who it looks like he used to be a boxer once upon a time, Reggie. And he noticed that Ra is new, and he was telling him about his wife. She's over in the dementia ward, and then because of the virus, they're keeping everybody separated. And it's been a while since he's seen her, right? So Rod gets this idea in his head that I'm finna bring Reggie and his woman back together. Like I don't know how he got her out of the dementia ward, but he did. And he had her stand outside of Reggie's window, and Reggie got to see his wife and tell her that he loved her and he with her, and y'all still together, and just bring some joy and happiness back to both of their lives. But like when I said I don't know how you got her out the dementia ward, I remember when my aunt, I told you that she was in the nursing home. If y'all been on this channel a long time, y'all probably heard this story before. She checked herself into a nursing home because she used to fall. Well, she used to leave, out of the nursing home and go do what she got to do and come on back for the night. Well, they had a lot of change of staff, a lot of administration changes, and people weren't keeping up medical records properly, and they thought that she was crazy, that she was a wanderer. So they locked her in the dementia ward as if she didn't know who the hell she was or what, It took us almost 2 years to get her out of the dementia ward. And by the time we got out of the dementia ward, her mind really was fucked up because they had been pumping all these goddamn drugs into her, trying to calm her down and keep her sedated when she really wasn't crazy. She was, free to come and go as she wanted to when she first walked in those doors. And then 2 years later, now she wasn't. But anyhow, so getting somebody out of a dementia ward is kind of hard. I don't know how he did it, but he did it, okay? So they got them connected, and he gets to see all this love because I think Reggie made mention of, you never know. Life is short. We gotta live in the moment. Every little chance that we can get, we need to make sure we are there for each other and be there for each other. Things of that nature, She his rock. She is his reason for living. She's everything to him. He can't see his life without her ever, you know. So we wrap up this episode. Wood is at home and it is his mom's house, and he's pulling out letters that he sent to her when he was out there on the rig, and telling his mama how much he loved her and he adored her, and she his rock, you know, his sword and shield, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, we got Rod going home to Darla, and she's stressed, baby. She's up there trying to clean and scrub everything, and you know, she's dealing with Blue and trying to keep him busy and keep him occupied. But since, you know, child geniuses, they finish stuff so quick, and I was like, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? And, you know, society has diagnosed those type of kids with ADD, like they got attention deficit disorder. No, he's just a fucking genius. He can finish his work fast, and he needs to stay busy to, you know, as a child, to stay, you know, just active. He needs his mind can't be at rest. He has to be about learning something at all times. And Darla ain't got the patience any longer. She's tired. She need to find her own doggone job. She don't know. She's about to break. You know, she up on that doggone stool. She, Ron, like, how you doing today? She's like, You know what I'm saying? She's in her motherfucking feelings. All the emotions that Darla is going through right now is what a lot of people who are at home, stuck with those kids 24/7, is feeling right now. Ron ain't feeling what she feeling because he got a job. He able to get out and go work. Not Darla. You know what I'm saying? Oh, child. Like saying, she wasn't supposed to be a housewife. She's supposed to be out there busy doing things as well. You know, she's been trying to do busy work, but Blue calls for a lot of her attention that she just don't have the energy to expel to him at this point. But anyway, Rob, he like, you know, you my everything. I never want to be without you. He basically said to her what Reggie was saying about his wife. And he said, you know what? Let's just get married. Let's get married. I think he said he's going down to the courthouse. And I believe their courthouse is maybe still open or what have you. And they can have the big wedding later, which is what Rebecca on 90 Day Fiance should be doing. Like, why y'all trying to have these big ass fancy fucking weddings in the middle of C-19? Just fucking get married, sign a damn document, have a wedding later. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so she agreed. Let's do this shit. Let's do it tomorrow. So by the time we come back on next episode tonight, the one that's gonna air tonight, they gonna be married. They should be married. Nova, like I said, she's expressing to Calvin her fears about the big bad world once they get back out there in the world. And Charlie, she at home trying to find ways to still take down Parker and Sam. She's busy work. She got to keep herself busy. Keep her mind off Micah. Keep her mind off what's going on with the C-19. She knows that once this all clears up, that Parker and Sam Landry's will still be there, and she needs to handle them. So she going through papers and documents, and Micah comes in and helps her find some stuff. And I think he said, you know, he liked working together with her like that. And they start teasing about this. Yeah, this could be the Davis and the Western Border Loan Agency and yada yada this. And I was like, they lawyers? I don't remember. Charlie wasn't a lawyer. No, she wasn't a lawyer. But it did sound cute. It did sound good. You know, mother and son working together, you know, with his grown ass. You know, so it was a pretty decent episode overall, but I was crying, y'all. I felt some fucking kind of way about Willie Mae. I really did. So we're going to see what's going to happen tonight on tonight's episode. I thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being patient most of all. I can't walk today, y'all. That's why I'm at home, because I can't walk today. My foot swelled up something terrible like overnight, and I woke up in pain this morning. So thank y'all for being here. I rock with y'all. I ride with y'all. See you in the next video. Peace.